Okay, I'll watch a real one.
Okay, here's my audience. Make sure you can see your faces. Can you see your face? This is Roberta Moritz.
Hello.
Say your name.
Lauren Moritz.
I'm Mark.
Hi, I'm Erin Moritz. My presentation today is on 2008 congressional tax law changes. I'm able to talk about this because I've done numerous amounts of research and conducted interviews regarding the subject matter. My main points today I'm going to talk about are the actual tax law changes and the effects that they have, as well as the advantages and disadvantages of these different laws. I will also at the end give you some recommendations and conclusions based on my research. The first tax law change I'm going to talk to you about is standard deduction. This is basically important because they've expected the deduction rates to continue growing through 2009. This is as a result of inflation. They've increased the standard deduction for 2008. It's also expected to continue to go up for 2009. I've provided you with an example showing the 2008 standard deductions and the amounts for married couples filing jointly, as well as heads of household, singles, and married filing separately. You can see that this is going to increase by approximately $500 in 2009. It shows the same married filing jointly, heads of household, singles, and married couples filing separately. A second tax law change that has been made is the alternative minimum tax exemption. This is important because in October of 2008, Congress issued a financial bailout package which assisted families by extending the exemptions for alternative minimum tax. This is basically a parallel tax system that can take away certain breaks and potentially saddle taxpayers with very large bills. It's considered to be a pretty negative change in the tax laws. Another tax law change that has been made is regarding adoption. They've increased the adoption credit for families for 2008 and 2009 quite immensely. This helps out different families who are adopting by giving them extra money that they might need by, in essence, doing a child a huge favor. Taxpayers will be able to exclude this amount from their income for expenses that have incurred as a result of their adoption. This credit is going to start to be phased out as your adjusted gross income hits $11,650. They've also extended this for adopting children with special needs to the same price. Another tax law change has been when it comes to teachers. They've extended the fact that teachers are going to be able to be reimbursed for the amount of money they spend in the classroom. This helps them buy supplies, visual aids, anything that they might need that the school district doesn't provide them with. A final tax law change is sales tax. They've decided to extend the sales tax deduction, which aims to level the playing field for taxpayers in states without income taxes. In some ways, we're still at a disadvantage because here in California, we do have income tax. Next, I'm going to talk to you about two disadvantages of tax law changes. The first having to do with the alternative minimum tax law. According to an article I found from MSN Money, if Congress does not act, the tax could hit 23 million taxpayers because the exemptions listed will fall. So basically for 2008, the exemption rose up to almost $70,000 for married couples who filed joint tax returns and about $46,000 for singles and heads of households filing individual tax returns. This could be a disadvantage if the exemptions continue to fall as opposed to steadily rise like they've been doing recently. Another disadvantage is basically the sales tax. This is pretty much only a disadvantage because here in California we have a sales tax and in other states they don't have a sales tax. So you're at a disadvantage living in California in comparison with them. a couple advantages of tax law changes. One has to do with the teachers' tax law I talked to you about. This is mainly because they're going to continue to be able to provide a higher level of education for their children by being able to get the materials necessary for their class. A second would be the adoption tax law change. This is really beneficial for families who are taking on extra expenses by helping out to adopt a child. They're going to be able to get reimbursed for some of these expenses if they fall into the correct tax bracket. So in conclusion, I would like to recommend that you, as far as sales tax is concerned, keep all of your receipts and everything so that at the end of the year you can accurately figure out how much you should be receiving back from the government. And a second thing is that try to make sure that you add up all of your deductions each year and not simply just take the standard deduction. If your itemized deductions total more than the standard deduction that year, you'll be saving a lot of money. I would like to now ask if anyone has any questions. Nope. All right. My works cited, the resources that I used Adoption Credit Rises for 2008 and 2009, an article from MSN Money. I also used the Alternative Minimum Tax Exemption Rises for 2008 from MSN Money. I also used Sales Tax Deductions Extended through 2009, which I also received from msnmoney.com. Two other works cited that I used were Standard Deduction Goes Up, an article I also retrieved from MSN Money, and I also used the article Teachers Get a Popular Break Extended from MSN Money. Thank you.